Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is your boy FitzTV here, aka Lord33. I'm back here with another video on the channel for you guys today. And today, we are reacting to Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 103, aka the end of the superhero arc. This title is called A Legacy Towards the Future, and I am excited. First off, guys, I was on vacation last week, so I wasn't able to cover any of the spoilers. I did see the spoilers. I did see the chapter because the chapter leaked early, like a week early. Holy moly, So we it was fully translated, but now this is like the official translation. So we're gonna go through it panel by panel, react to it, and a lot of stuff happens in this chapter. A lot. And of course, coming off the news of, the sad passing of Akira Toriyama, I have a video coming out on that where I just talk about that because literally, guys, when Toriyama, I think the announcement came out that he had passed March 7th, right, which was last 2 Thursdays ago, which is basically 2 weeks ago. I was flying and then I came back, or I flew to Orlando to go on vacation. I live in the Boston area. Flew to Orlando. I got off the plane, and literally about 10 to 20 minutes after I got off the plane, got my bags, I got the notification from the Dragon Ball official Twitter about Toriyama's passing. And I didn't even believe it at first, and I read, I was like, holy shit. All right. And so I have a whole separate video coming off on that, but this was the last chapter that was produced while Toriyama was still alive. The chapter had been done for pretty much, a week and a half before its official release date. So everything going forward, of course, we'll talk about that in that video. Goku, Torotaro, even maybe Toriyama's son, how Dragon Ball, what to expect for the future as Dragon Ball will continue. It just will no longer have its creator spearheading the writing. But still, I'm heartbroken about Toriyama, but I'll save the rest of those comments for that video. I will say this, this felt like a really good way, kind of, if Toriyama is, since he's no longer with us, this felt like a good way to transition into the future. Kind of, pass the torch officially to Torotaro and the people that will continue Dragon Ball going forward. And I personally do think that Dragon Ball is in good hands. A legacy towards the future, right? I don't know if they purposely, because Toriyama's death was a shock to many people, but I don't know if they purposely kind of named the chapter based around what was going on with Toriyama before he died, but still. It really does feel like a really good way to honor Toriyama's legacy and also set things up for the future. If it's going to be Torotaro taking over going forward, But this chapter continues the epilogue of the end of the superhero arc, right? The last arc written by Toriyama, and it continues the battle that was started in chapter 102 between Ultra Instinct Goku and Beast Gohan. And we get a lot of cool stuff here. A lot. Gohan basically runs the gauntlet in this chapter, and we get almost a perfect transition into what should be, what I expect to be probably the end of Z. If they choose to go down that direction, which I think they should at this point. Excuse me. I'm going to be coughing a little bit in this video. I got sick at the end of vacation. Plus, you could probably hear a little bit of the raspiness in my voice. But still, that's not going to stop us. So, you guys remember at the end of chapter 102, Goku and Gohan start their battle. The strongest father-son battle in the entire universe begins. And then they clash a little bit. They're causing tons of destruction to Beerus' planet, right? And that's completely where this is where we start this chapter, right? And it seemed like, the Goku and Gohan are on even footing with one another. So we get right into it. You see Gohan fires a kick that Goku easily blocks as he smiles. Right, Gohan fires off some more kicks, but Goku's dodging against them. Gohan hits Goku with a kick that sends him flying, but it's not a clean blow because Goku guarded against him. But still, it was so powerful that it sent Goku flying into rocks and also into Beerus' forest. So I love that. You can see it took a bunch of speed. It took it took almost everything out of Goku to stop his movement. You can see he goes flying through the rock, right, into the forest, out of the forest, all the way back to that the tree on Beerus' planet. So you can see they're moving at insane speeds. Goku gives Gohan credit, basically saying, "Not bad, Gohan. There's that intense potential that you always were packing, right?" But Goku says that this time it's different. This time you've molded your potential into something through training, right? Because everyone's always known Gohan has had the most potential out of every single Dragon Ball character. Goku, Vegeta, doesn't matter. Gohan's always had the most latent potential, right? And it's because of that mix of his earthling blood and the same blood that he gets from Goku. And Gohan, no matter what, he's always been able to get stronger quicker than anybody else. But this is the first time in a long time that Gohan is really focused on training and really mastering the power that he's been given. And this is the result of that. So it's really cool to see Goku say that here, say like, hey, this time you've molded your potential into something through training, right? It's not like you're just sitting on the power you've been given and then just getting rusty over time and having to regain and relearn how to use that power. Now Gohan's actually using the power that he's been given and trading it and mastering it, and it's making him better for it, which is huge character development for Gohan, something that we've all wanted for a long time. No matter if it was when Gohan got Super Saiyan 2 in the Cell Saga or his ultimate form in the Buu Saga, right? Gohan's always gained power and then took a step backwards. This is really the first time in a long time that Gohan has gained power and went forward with it, and has not stopped training, because he's finally realized that, hey, as strong as I am, right? Goku and Vegeta, and as strong as they are, Goku and Vegeta are not always going to be around. They could eventually die, or they could be in a different universe or in a different off world somewhere else. And if Earth is in danger, Gohan has to be the one to step up to protect it, right? So it's great to see Gohan finally take that seriously. So Gohan thanks Piccolo for that, right? Because we learned that Gohan and Piccolo have been trained together post superhero arc, right? Continuing, the master their new powers. Piccolo with the orange form, Gohan with the beast form, right? So Goku says, "Is that so? Still, when it comes down to training, I don't mess around because we all know Goku. Goku never stops training." I absolutely love this. I love these next couple panels because you can see how far Goku has come with Ultra Instinct, right? I've always stated that the end game for Goku will probably be when Goku can use Ultra Instinct in his base form and not have to transform. Like he could transform to Ultra Instinct if he wanted to when he needed that maximum power, right, to break his limits. But once Goku doesn't even need to transform to use UI, right, that will be Goku's endgame when he's always in the Ultra Instinct state, like an angel almost. Right? But I love this because it showcases how far Goku has come, right? Goku literally, he calms his mind, he elevates into the air, like basically almost like looking like an angel in a way, right? And then you could see, right, he has his eyes closed and then he's laser focused. Laser focused. He teleports instantly behind Gohan, hits him with a kick, sends him flying, right? Regains his balance, then comes charging at Gohan, gets in front of him, hits him with a huge sledgehammer, then sends him flying into the air, right? And we saw this in the early draft pages. I don't even remember. I don't think I made an early draft page because I think that was the day I was flying out for vacation. So then we see Gohan, right? Gohan tries to swim a little bit underwater to try to get behind Goku. It has no effect because Goku dodges it, right? Then you can see Gohan start to get frustrated and he starts, throwing punches at Goku, but Goku is dodging everything. So we see, and Vegeta mentions it right here. Vegeta says Kakarot's Ultra Instinct is shifting the battle in his favor. A margin provided by sheer experience, I would wager. So you can see, right? And that's one of the themes of this battle. Gohan cannot land a blow on Goku. Goku's Ultra Instinct, you can see this is the strongest Goku's Ultra Instinct has been up to this point in the show. No matter if it was the battle against Jiren, the battle against Moro, the battle against Granola and Gas, this is the strongest version of Ultra Instinct Goku that we've seen up to this point. You can see he is completely calm, he is completely composed, right? And there's nothing getting in his way. Goku mentions it right here. Right? Goku continues to dodge more of Gohan's attacks. Goku then hits Gohan with a kick flying in the air. And Gohan then mentions, all right then. So I'm getting a real taste of Ultra Instinct, right? Goku says, once it's mastered, the body moves all on its own, which is why you can't land a hit on me. So, Goku's mastered UI to a very, very good extent at this point in the show. Right? Excuse me. You can see Goku's dodging pretty much everything, and it's having no impact. I love these panels of because you can see Gohan is firing rapid fire kicks and punches, but Goku is dodging literally everything at super high speeds. But eventually, Gohan is able to catch up, which we'll see here in just a couple pages, right? So, Gohan says it really is an impressive technique. No surprise there. But you haven't witnessed the full extent of my beeps well just yet. Vegeta, like I said, he mentions here a margin provided by sheer experience, right? I'll wager. So Goku's been using UI for a while now, right? Remember, what, 4 arcs now? Tournament of Power, Mora arc, Granola arc, right? And now here we are at the end of the superhero arc. Goku's been using UI as his ultimate move. Gohan has just gained Beast a little bit ago. Luckily because Gohan has such immense potential, right? Gohan's a prodigy in a way. He can learn things faster than Goku and Vegeta. Even though Goku and Vegeta train all the time, Gohan is able to catch up a lot because of his potential and his pure talent. So Gohan, even though Gohan's only been using Beast for a little bit of time, and Goku's been using UI for pretty much years now in the show, right? You'd think Goku would have the ultimate advantage, and he does for the most part here in the early stages of this battle. But Gohan is able to catch up because of his training and his pure talent, as you're about to see. So, that's why it's important what Vegeta said here. Because even though Goku has the experience, right, with Ultra Instinct, and he's been in more battles than Gohan, Gohan's pure talent, is able to keep him in this fight. So, Gohan starts powering up, right? You can see it here with the vein. And I love these panels. The artwork here and the paneling by Toriyama is great, right? Broly comments that, he's building up energy. Yeah, but then Vegeta says, can Gohan actually control such precious levels key? Because Gohan's power is insanely high right now. But, of course, you need to be able to control that energy, right? We've seen Broly. It's been one of the issues that Broly has had. As strong as he is, not being able to control his power. It's why he was not able to turn into a Super Saiyan and control it until later in this chapter, which we'll get to, right? So, we see Gohan power up, and you can see, he's struggling to keep control of himself, because this is him unleashing his inner beast. The beast form is a mutation, basically, of his ultimate form, pretty much, right? It has the principles of his Saiyan nature, right? Of the Super Saiyan form, but it's literally a mutation really of his ultimate form. This is something unique to Gohan, right? I don't think any other character could get something like this outside of maybe Broly, right? So Gohan basically evolved. I'm gonna make a video on this, but Gohan basically evolved the ultimate form using the principles of, of a Super Saiyan in a way. That's how Beast was created, right? That's why you see similarities of Super Saiyan in the Beast form, even though it's not a Super Saiyan form. So we see Gohan come flying at Goku, right? Goku still is able to evade, but it's not by much, and you can see the damage that Gohan's attack would have caused if it hit Goku. So we see Gohan continuing to attack Goku, but Goku is still able to dodge, but it's not as easy anymore, right? You can see, Goku it's starting to take a toll on him. Gohan's power is keeping up with Goku's evasive speed. Right, you can see he grazes Goku in the cheek a little bit, and then that you can see Beerus and Whis' reaction to it. Gohan gets a clean blow on Goku in the gut section. Goku went to dodge, but Gohan was able to attack faster than Goku could dodge, and then he hits a clean kick on Goku that sends Goku flying. Right, flying. Look at where Goku go. Right from here all the way over here, right? Set Goku flying, almost halfway across the planet, really, right? So Vegeta says Ultra Instinct's evasion couldn't keep up with that speed, and Gohan says a clean hit. This was Gohan's first clean hit on Goku in this battle. And I think what I'm gonna do maybe later on is do like another video, just kind of analyzing this battle. Right outside of this because this is a review / reaction, but I'm gonna really analyze this battle because up to this point, from the start of their battle in chapter 102 up to now, we're about close to halfway through the chapter. Gohan could not land a blow on Goku. Goku was dodging everything. Goku was in control, right? But Gohan, what he did is, and he says it right here, right? Goku says, "How'd you pull that off?" Gohan says, I boosted my ki up to the point where I might snap while still maintaining control. That's how I best described it. So basically, it has similarities to what Broly's been trying to do. Broly, to this point, has been trying to control his ki without going berserk. Gohan boosted his ki to almost to the point where he was about to snap, but he was able to get control of it. So he was able to fully utilize the power of Beast, if that makes sense, right? You can see Goku starts thinking like without snapping, control, right? So it reminds you of Broly here, right? So I've seen some people on Twitter, I've seen some people on social media say, "Oh, Gohan one-shotted." No, he did not one-shot Ultra Instinct. He didn't defeat Ultra Instinct at all. He was able to knock Goku out of UI for literally a couple seconds, right? Because Goku was able to go back into UI pretty easily. But he didn't one-shot him. He was, like Vegeta says right here, Ultra Instinct evasion couldn't keep up with that speed. And Gohan hit Goku so hard that it knocked Goku out of UI for a second. That was it. How many times have you seen Goku or Vegeta, right, or Gohan or any character that's been able was able to transform, right? How many times have you seen them knocked out of a transformation and then able to transform? Like, how many times did Jiren knock Goku out of and Vegeta out of Super Saiyan Blue during the Tournament of Power, and then Goku and Vegeta had energy left and they were able to go right back into transforming, right? Gohan did not defeat UI. He was able to knock Goku out of UI, which has been done before. Remember, Moro did that to Goku during the Moro arc multiple times. He knocked Goku out of UI sign like 2 times, and then Goku was able to go back into the form, right? We've seen like, so people say that Gohan defeated UI Goku. No, unless Goku quit or surrendered or was not unable to transform back into UI, right? That's what counts as Gohan defeating UI Goku. Gohan did not defeat. He just was able to, um, was able to speed up his attacks to the point where UI could not keep up, and was able to um, temporarily knock UI Goku out of the form for a couple seconds, right? Can we see Goku go right back into UI? Um. So yeah, just wanted to make that clear because there was a lot of nonsense going on in social media the last couple of days. People claiming that Beast Gohan defeated UI Goku. I think it is also important to mention that I think when Goku fully masters UI, right, right, he might not get hit at all. Really, this chapter was the best we've seen UI Goku. Like, these panels like right over here with Goku like dodging these attacks. This reminds me of Goku versus Moro from like chapters 63, 64. This or Goku versus Granola from the beginning of the Granola arc. That's what this reminds me of. And I absolutely love it. I love it. When Goku's able to do this in his base form, right, and only use Silver UI when he has to break his limits, that's when Goku is truly almost perfected UI. Excuse me. So anyway, the battle continues, right? And like I said, Beerus mentions is Goku's son in Super Saiyan. No, not quite. But Whis also says, nor is that a divine technique, right? One thing we know about Whis is usually there to tell the audience, what's going on. They, Toritaro and Toriyama use Whis a lot to basically tell you, hey, this is what's going on with the story right now, right? Um, And Whis says, I would call it a singular. So they're telling you, this is not a divine technique like Ultra Instinct. An Ultra Ego, would you call it a divine technique? I mean, it's a technique used by the gods of destruction, so I guess, right, it kind of falls under that realm, right? But this is not Super Saiyan, right? Even though the principles of Super Saiyan are being mixed and mutated with the ultimate form to create Beast, but it's not a Super Saiyan form, right? Whis says I would call it singular talent all his own, right? So we see Limo then offers them like drinks, right? As he has been doing. And then you can see Broly is very, very impressed with what's going on, right? Broly, wow, I never knew fighting like that was possible. Broly and Goku are very much alike, but there's also similarities in Gohan and Broly when it comes to their powers. Goku and Broly are pure Saiyans. Vegeta in a way, yes, but Vegeta, it gets a little bit mixed because, the whole Prince Vegeta thing, because Vegeta comes from a royal family. But Goku and Broly are very much pure Saiyans who just love fighting. You see Broly just getting absolutely like admiring the battle. He's like, wow, I never knew fighting like that was possible. Because Broly's power is all about rage. But he's unable to control it, which is his big problem. So we see as Goku is fighting Gohan, he notices Broly smiling, literally, and then he decides, okay, he counters, he blocks one of Gohan's attacks and literally sends him flying with a shockwave. He's like, all right, bet I'm done here. Pew, pow. And sent Gohan flying back, which I love. And you can see Gohan's about to come in, but Goku's like, okay, no, that's plenty, right? And Gohan's like, what? And Goku goes back into base, and he's like, I've got a decent read on your strength now, and let me say I'm impressed. I love this panel right here. He says, you're about the only one who could have mastered a move like that in no time flat. Gohan, kudos, really. Honestly, I can rest easy knowing the Earth will be safe once I'm gone. This is something we talked about on the channel earlier in the month. I talked about that no matter what happens in this battle with Goku and Vegeta, or Goku and Gohan, no matter who wins or who loses, or if it's a draw or if it gets interrupted, I wanted Goku to acknowledge Gohan, right? That's what was most important to me, that Gohan gets acknowledged. You remember back to Dragon Ball Super episode 90 when Goku and Gohan had that sparring battle, right? And Goku acknowledged Gohan then, being like, "Let's get stronger together," right? Now this is the ultimate form of acknowledgement. Goku says basically right here, like, "Hey, I'm not trying to. This is not about me beating you. Goku's always been one, like, he wants to win, but he cares more about self improvement, if anything, getting stronger and stronger every single day, becoming a better version of himself, right?" Goku says, like, you know, "Hey, you're the only one that can, get this powerful and catch up that quick, right? Me and Vegeta have to keep training to keep getting stronger, right? And it's day by day. You're the only one that could go this long, can go a long time without training and still be able to catch up in no time flat, right? Which is on par with Gohan's entire character throughout the entire series, you know. And then Goku says, "I can honestly rest easy knowing the Earth will be safe once of God." So that's big because we don't. Goku and Vegeta, they're not going anywhere, right? We'll see, because if they go past the end of Z, which we expect them to, with the next arc, right? We'll see, because we've never seen after the end of Z outside of GT, which is a separate, timeline altogether, right? We don't know what's gonna happen to the Z Fighters. We don't know if Goku and Vegeta will die or if something else will happen. But you do have future warriors here. You have Broly. You have, Oob. You have Goten and Trunks. You have Gohan, right? And we wanted them to not take up the mantle per se, but we wanted them to be more featured, right? It doesn't have to just be Goku and Vegeta all the time, right? So I think now, with Goku saying that, it's like they're saying, like, "Hey, no matter what happens in the future Dragon Ball, Gohan's is gonna be there now, right? Gohan's gonna be a huge part of the story going forward. Superhero was not a one-off, right? They're not going back to it just being Goku and Vegeta. Gohan's gonna be involved in whatever happens in the future, and he has to be, right?" So I love that line. Goku really acknowledging Gohan and saying, "Hey, because Goku did that at the end of the Cell Saga, and in the DBS anime, he did that in episode 90. But just truly now, him saying, like, 'Hey, Gohan, no matter what happens, right? I'll feel okay. The Earth's gonna be protected, whether I'm there or not, right? Because it has you now, you know." Goku feeling confident now that Gohan is back to training and getting stronger, right? No matter what happens, Gohan will be able to protect the Earth even if Goku and Vegeta are not there. Which I love that. And so I absolutely love that line. There was, like I said, there was so many cool moments in this chapter. So the first 22 pages or so, the first half of the chapter is just mainly Goku and Gohan, right? And we get so many cool moments from their sparring battle. And then, we get this awesome panel of Goku just telling Gohan, "Hey, I acknowledge you, man. You're strong, brother. You're strong, my son." Right? And no matter what happens, like, the Earth will be in safe hands because it has you. um, so then Goku asks Gohan, "Hey, you got some gas left in the tank?" Right? And Goku tells Gohan, like, "Hey, I want you to fight Broly." You know, and and Goku's like, "Hey, why don't you go on your best shot?" And Broly's like, "Really, me? I love Broly's innocent, man. I love him. You know, Goku and Broly have very similar personalities, but in terms of power, that's where Gohan gets the similarities. Or that Broly gets the similarities from Gohan. So we see, right, we see the Red Ribbon guys ask, "Hey, can you just, like, show us how we can get home?" Right? But Gotenks is like, "You can't really drive home right now. You're on another planet." Right? So then we see Goku, and I love this line here. Goku, goes to the sideline. Vegeta's like, "Hey, really? You need to settle your duel? Like, no winner, no loser, right? But Goku's like, "Nah, I wasn't fighting because I wanted to beat Gohan or anything. I'm just happy knowing how strong he's gotten. it gives me that much more to look forward to. Which I love that. I love that. Because everyone's like, oh, Goku's just a fighting junkie. Not always. This was nothing ever about him wanting to defeat Gohan. This was all about him just wanting to test Gohan's power, right? And he didn't even need a full battle. He didn't need to go to the limit. He didn't need to be the win or lose. He got a good glimpse of Gohan's power, and now now he wants to see what Broly can do. So I love that. I love how Gohan like bows here in respect, right? And Broly has no idea how to do that, really. Because Broly, he doesn't know those cultural things because he's been living on Vampa his whole life. So Vegeta then says, has Broly earned your high expectations as well? And Goku's like, you could say that. From what I can tell, those two have some things in common. And I wish I made this video before this chapter came out. Because I thought about it, I was like, well, let's wait and see. And then literally what I was thinking in my head literally came to pass in this chapter. The similarities with Gohan and Broly have been there since from day one. From day one. Man. But Vegeta says, indeed, the notion of a beast certainly fits Broly as well. Goku says, I'm hoping this will be just the inspiration he needs. So Broly and Gohan trade some blows. Gohan says, hey, I hear you're a powerhouse in your own right, Broly. And Broly says, show me your beast form from before. So Gohan literally de-transforms for literally where is it? He de-transforms for 2 pages. Not even basically 4 pages, does to transform back into beast, which I love. So Gohan goes back into beast form, comes flying at Broly. Broly is barely able to block it, right? Remember, Broly is a mutated Saiyan, so his base form compared to others is different. He's naturally just strong, right? So he's barely able to touch the block against Gohan's beast punch. Then Gohan sends him flying with some kicks and punches, right? You can see Broly's having a tough time here. He's getting his ass beat. But then Vegeta's like, what now, Broly? Like, what are you gonna do, right? So you see then Broly transforms, right? Gohan comes flying at him to hit him with a punch, but Broly transforms right at that moment. But it's different. At first, you get to see his back, right? With the muscles. But then Goku's like, did he go berserk? But Vegeta's like, no. And you can see, as him and Gohan trade blows, Broly has controlled Super Saiyan. Controlled Super Saiyan Broly. Which I have no problem with. What I originally thought they were going to do is I thought, no matter if it was a Black Frieza arc was going to be next or something else, I thought that they were going to do something else or have Broly wait till Broly had a big battle, no matter if it was against Frieza or somebody else, that Broly would be pushed to his limit and then forced to control his Super Saiyan form. But no, that's not what they happened here. They decided, no, we're just going to give it to him in a sparring battle with Beast Gohan. Fine. No issues. I don't have an issue with it. It's a little anticlimactic, right? Since this is the epilogue of the arc, and I felt like they could have kind of dragged this a little bit for more story, but still, I'm not complaining, right? You also gotta remember, Gohan says it here. Goku and Vegeta get excited, right? That they seen Broly. Like Goku says, he's gone Super Saiyan, but look, his eyes tell us that he's still himself. So Broly's has been able to control Super Saiyan, kind of like basically what Kale did, right? Basically able to go Super Saiyan without going berserk. Vegeta's like, good for him. He's tamed his own unruly transformation. And Gohan's like such pure power, unlike any of the Super Saiyans I've seen. So remember, like I said, Broly's a mutated Saiyan. Remember, in the Broly movie, Broly's full power Super Saiyan form, well, Broly's normal Super Saiyan form, right, was able to hold his own, and even cause damage to Super Saiyan Blue, Goku, and Vegeta teaming up, right? Um, and then his full power Super Saiyan form was able to hold his own for a little bit against Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. So, Broly's Super Saiyan form are not like Goku and Vegeta's normal Super Saiyan forms. We know this, and we see he's able to at least keep up with Beast Gohan for a little bit, but Beast Gohan takes control. So eventually, evidently Broly has achieved some growth thanks to Gohan, right? But Beard says still, he's just a Super Saiyan though. Meanwhile, Goku's kid has a better handle on the power he's holding. So you can see Gohan is still able to, take control of the battle, right? He sends Broly flying with a dragon throw in the air, right? But still, even though Gohan's still stronger, Broly's able to hold his own, right? So we don't know if Broly's controlled Super Saiyan form is on the level of like Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta, or if it's on the level of their Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego forms. We don't know, but we know at least he can hold his own for a little bit against Beast Gohan. He can't defeat Beast Gohan, but he's able to hold his own. So yeah. So moving on. Vegeta gets annoyed, right? Because he's seen Goku get the fight against Gohan and Broly. So his Saiyan nature comes into play. And then he's like, when is it my turn? I demand a duel, Gohan. Right? So Vegeta's like, Broly's fought you long enough. Now it's my turn. But then Gohan's like, hold on. Why am I the man to beat? So that's a funny joke, right? Classic Toriyama and Toritaro. Like, hold on. Why does everybody want to fight me? Right? This has really been a showcase of Gohan. Gohan getting the go up against Ultra Instinct, then being able to go up against Broly and push Broly into controlling his Super Saiyan powers, and now Vegeta wants him, right? So, and then we see Goten and Trunks who have defused, from being Gotenks, right? So what's to tell you that 30 minutes have passed? Goten and Trunks are like, oh, why don't you take us on, Broly? So we see they fly out of the bubble, but Goku gets annoyed, right? Goku's like, hey, don't leave me out of all the fun, right? So basically, it's a Super Saiyan bargain sale, right? A Super Saiyan battle royal. Goku goes flying into it, and then you can see, this absolute bloodbath, right? We see Vegeta, he goes Super Saiyan Blue, so we don't get to see Ultra Ego Vegeta versus Beast Gohan, which is another fight we all want to see. But so Vegeta tries to fight Gohan is Super Saiyan Blue form, which would surprise me because I think Beast Gohan would be stronger than Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Anyway, but you can see Goten and Trunks going after Broly, but Goku, I love it. Goku literally yells at Gohan and Vegeta like, "Hey, let me, get in on the fun," and literally they just go crazy at one another, right? You can see there's so much dust and debris, so much fighting going on that Goten and Trunks accidentally punch each other. You can see after a while, right? You can see that there's destruction all over the planet, and all of the Saiyans are wiped out, right? They are all just exhausted. Right? And Goku and Gohan are joking. Like, Goku's like, feels great to let it all out like that. And Gohan's like, yeah, I haven't pushed myself that hard in a while. So, nice friendly sparring battle. So Goku's about, all right, let's wrap this up. Let's get you guys back home. But then Limo offers them a meal, right? And so they're all eating, and Goku's like, "Who are you guys?" He looks at the Red Ribbon Army guys, and going with his glasses back on. They're with the Red Ribbon Army dad, and Vegeta's like, "And why are they here?" And Gohan's like, I'm getting that they're scheming up some new evil plot. And the guys are like, no. And they actually apologize. We came to make a formal apology for our previous actions. And Goten and Trunks are like, right, because remember, a couple chapters ago, this all started with Goten and Trunks being roped in. Carmine, lying to them and making them believe that Gohan was the enemy that they wanted Goten and Trunks to defeat. So you see, Whis using his staff is able to fix everything, right? All the damage that was caused to the planet, and they're all about to go home. But Goku tells Vegeta like, "Hey, even though I'm about to take them back, we should go back as well." So Goku actually tells Vegeta like, "Hey, we should probably go back to Earth for a little bit as well, right? It's been a while. They've been on Beerus's planet since the end of the Mor arc, right? So a good amount of time has passed. So that they should head home as well. At least for a little bit. Go visit their families, their wives. So Vegeta's like, very well. Bulma may lose interest if I'm gone too long, which is funny. So Vegeta's like, yeah, Bulma might not like me anymore, if I stay gone. So Goku says bye to Beerus and Whis, and he says, "Don't worry, I'll be back." And Beerus is like, do you have to come back? Because Goku always is causing Beerus headaches with the damage he causes on the planet and on the noise he makes when training. So, like I said, a lot of this is like a really, really perfect way to transition to the end of Z, and going beyond that, right? So, Goku then uses instant transmission, right, to go find Piccolo, who is, of course, doing his daily training meditation. So Goku says hi to Piccolo, and Piccolo's like, "What is everybody doing here?" Piccolo then sees Carmine and 15, and he's like, "You guys never learn when you're beat." But then they apologize, and then they leave, right? And then Carmine and 15 are like, "Hey, I'm abandoning the Red Ribbon Army curse." Remember, Carmine's already dead anyway. But 15's like, "Makes sense to me. Besides, there's not a single Zenny to be made in the world domination racket. So with that fruitless nonsense behind us, I'll direct all our efforts toward pharmaceutical R&D." So that kind of ends, I guess, now the Red Ribbon Army resurrection for now. You never know. They could bring it back in the future. But for now, that kind of ends it. The whole thing with the Red Ribbon Army. But you see, Goku's like, huh, yeah, you are a whole new Piccolo. So Goku could tell just by looking at Piccolo that, he's gotten a whole lot stronger. So Goku, of course, wants to fight Piccolo now. You can see here, it looks like Toriyama forgot to draw Goku's normal Gi signature here, right? A little bit of an error. But Pickle's like, I suppose I'm different. Goku's like, you might give me a taste of your new powers. So Goku wants to spar against Piccolo, but Pickle's like, can't. I'm scheduled to pick up Pan from school, with Gohan. And Goku's like, Pan, right? So Goku forgets who Pan is for a second, right? Remember, Goku's been off world now. It's been 2 or 3 years probably since Goku and Pan have even seen each other. So even though this is a classic Toriyama Toritaro joke, right? All the time, Toriyama in interviews will talk about how he forgets about certain characters and things like that. So, no surprise here. I love how, he's like Pan, who? And Vegeta's like, you utter disgrace. She's your own grandchild. And you see like all the characters are absolutely shocked. Like, what the hell, Goku? And Goku's like, right, of course she is. So it's like Goku actually forgot who Pan is. Which is, of course, some people are gonna be like the dumb Goku joke, right? Making Goku dumb. But it's like more like, look, they haven't seen each other for 2 to 3 years. And you guys will see here, even Pan forgot who Goku was for a little bit. So, and this is classic Toriyama, classic Toritaro, right? So Piccolo's like, you're coming with us to make up for that. And Goku's like, sure, happy to. And I love how Vegeta has like the annoyed face here in the background. So yeah, moving on. These last couple pages are really, really heartwarming stuff. You guys know as much as I love Dragon Ball action, and that's what Dragon Ball's known for. sometimes when we get these amazing slice of life moments, it's just the best things in the world. So here we got Piccolo, and then there's no dialogue here. So we go to Pan's kindergarten, right? You see Piccolo and Gohan waiting there, right? Pan's of course happy to see her dad, right? But then Pan sees Goku in the difference and points at him. So, even though there's no dialogue, you can see Pan almost kind of like, like, who's that, daddy? And Gohan is like explaining, that's Goku, right? That's my dad. That's your grandpa, you know? So then Goku notices Pan. Goku goes to say hi, but Pan gets kind of annoyed and all of a sudden teleports out of her bag and her hat and tries to attack Goku from behind with a kick. Goku easily blocks it and then smiles. Pan's in shock, but Goku smiles, and Pan then smiles at Pan. So it's like now they remember it. Pan's like, "Hey, this is my grandpa Goku, right? This is my grandpa. The one that's stronger than my dad, or at least is as strong as my dad, right? The one that I've heard so many stories about. Even though, right, and remember, Pan was a baby. Pan was a baby, at the beginning of Super. Now, she's in kindergarten, so now she can actually really make some real memories with Goku. So, Piccolo and Gohan are smiling, right? You can see as they leave, right? You can see almost it's like Goku and Pan lift off into the sky. So a really cool moment here. And then Piccolo puts on like Pan's bag. She says bye to the teacher, and they lift up in the air, and that's how it ends. So this is the end of the superhero arc, right? And it's also, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little emotional because like I don't want to get, oh man, I don't want to get emotional because I'm thinking about Toriyama, right? And unfortunately, he's no longer with us. And I also think about Piccolo and how Piccolo was Toriyama's favorite character, and to see how this is the end of the super arc, and almost how you can kind of say this is might be the end of. It's not the end of Dragon Ball Super, right? It could be the end of Dragon Ball Super as we know it, because Toriyama wrote most of Dragon Ball Super. Toritaro was the one, drawing the story and kind of like, pushing the story in the manga, right? But Toriyama was the one creating, all the bullet points. Now Toriyama's gone. Toritaro will probably be taking over fully for the manga going forward. And then, working with a Yoku and then Toriyama's son. And, they will come up with the plan for what the future is. Right? But it will most likely everything will be under Toritaro now. Right? Um But it's sad because you think about Piccolo was Toriyama's favorite character, stated. It wasn't Goku. It was, I'd probably say Goku's probably second. But, Piccolo was actually Toriyama's favorite character. And if you guys know me, Goku's my favorite character and Piccolo is my second favorite character. I love these guys. It's emotional to think about, how Toriyama passed, but now at how we get to the end of this chapter here. And yes, this chapter was finished before, probably days before Toriyama passed, but um still it's like I said, it's the perfect way to not only transition into the end of Z, right, and beyond that, but it's also like even with Toriyama's passing, it's like symbolic. This is them transitioning to the future, right? Whatever we get next, unless Toriyama had some other rough drafts of like future arcs, right? That he wanted to do, this is the future, going forward, it will probably be Toritaro's story, and of course that's nerve wracking to think about, right? Because, you know, this Toriyama was Dragon Ball, but also Toritaro worked with Toriyama for so many years. I think Toritaro has a very good understanding of Dragon Ball, the character of Goku, the story, and where to take it from here. Um, but it's this chapter is very symbolic, right? Looking towards the future, with maybe Gohan does take over as the main character. I don't think so, but you never know, right? Maybe things start shifting in the other direction. Maybe Goku and Vegeta don't get as much focus as they have been. Who knows? But still, no matter what, um, no matter if this is heading towards the end of Z, which I think it is, this should be the perfect. This is the perfect way to transition to the end of Z. You're not gonna get a better. The only thing that's lingering now is like, of course, Frieza, right? Black Frieza being out there. But if they want, like I said, they could go do the end of Z, and then they could do Black Frieza right after that, right? Involving now Oob and Broly, right? We didn't even mention here when they leave Beerus' planet, right? They didn't even mention here that, they didn't say bye to Broly. Broly's still there, right? They leave and Broly's still there. So my guess is Broly's gonna stay there, right? Because it's safer to be on Beerus' planet than to be on planet Vampa So and then Broly can keep training with Whis while Goku and Vegeta are back on Earth. Broly can keep training with Whis, keep getting stronger, and then they can use Broly in the future when they need him. But but yeah, you know, in many ways, this is a perfect way to transition to the end of Z, right? Transition to the end of Z, right? And then go beyond. And then take the story from there with Oob and Broly, Gohan, Goku, and Vegeta still being around as well, right? But then bring in all these other characters, giving them more of a spotlight. And then also, with Toriyama now no longer being with us, heading into the future with Toriyama in charge, right? And seeing how he can continue the legacy that Toriyama started for the last 40 years. I think that's what they should do. I hope that's what they're doing. They did put a very the Viz staff, right? The English language staff put a really nice message. We're all deeply saddened by the news of Toriyama Sensei's passing. His work is an inspiration to us all. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family, friends, and all the fans who were touched by his work. The English language team Dragon Ball Super. But yeah, I think Dragon Ball will be in good hands. I know Dragon Ball Super, the manga, will be on break next month, right? So there is no chapter coming out, and I think, that's fine. Toriyama should take a little bit of a break, and it'll give them, at least a little bit of time to figure out what they want to do, right? No matter if it's what they want to do for the next arc, or what they want to do handling the show going forward. I do think it will be Torotaro continuing the DBS manga, and handling the future, but we don't know. But I do know Dragon Ball Super will continue. Dragon Ball's not done, right? It will be a new team going forward. It just, it just won't. It will just be continuing Toriyama's legacy, right? And I trust that Torotaro and Ayoku and all of them will be able to do that. Yeah, Manga Plus said that the Dragon Ball Super manga will be back in May, so it's safe to assume that this will not be a long break, right? This won't be like months. This will hopefully just be 1 to 2 months max. So, and then we'll, when Dragon Ball Super comes back, that's when we'll get the start of what's next, right? Which we'll see. Will they retell the end of Z now that Toriyama is no longer here, right? To kind of make they don't have to make too many major changes to the end of Z. They do have to fix up the dialogue here and there, right? Since that, of course, the end of DBZ was made before, way years before we thought Dragon Ball Super was even a thing. So they will have to retouch the dialogue here and there, right, to make it more sense with what's happened in Dragon Ball Super. But, or maybe they skip the end of Z entirely, and then they do a little recap of the end of Z, and then move forward that way. Who knows? But the Dragon Ball Super manga is not ending. They're gonna keep going, which I'm excited about. But Even though it's nerve wracking to think about the manga continuing without Toriyama, right? I do think Dragon Ball is in good hands with Toritaro and company going into the future. And we should give them some grace as well, right? They may make decisions that we may not agree with, but remember, this is not Toriyama anymore. This is a new era, and the continue the legacy of Toriyama, one of the greatest, arguably maybe you could even maybe call him the greatest manga artist of all time for what he's done with Dragon Ball. You know, they deserve some grace. It's going to be very very difficult, almost impossible to pick up where from where Toriyama left off, right? But especially since we know that Toriyama was still working, he still had many different projects that he wanted to accomplish. He was not done creating. He still wanted to keep writing and keep creating works for Dragon Ball and other things as well before he passed. Um, so so yeah, so I think Dragon Ball will be in good hands going into the future, and we'll just have to see what they have planned for us in the future. So yeah, so other than that, that's about all I got for you guys today. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on this video. Let me know what was your favorite moment from this chapter. I love the fight. There were so many cool moments. The end of the chapter here with Goku and Pan is sweet. The battle between UI Goku and Beast Gohan, that was great. Broly versus Gohan was great. Seeing Broly control, be able to turn into a controlled Super Saiyan, right? Then the little Saiyan battle royal with all the Saiyans near the end, that was great. So lots of cool moments, lots of cool stuff here. So this was a fantastic way to end, Toriyama's era of Dragon Ball, to end this arc, and really this was just a great chapter in general. Really, really good stuff. Very, very heartwarming stuff as well. So I'm excited for the future. This was a great chat, and I cannot wait to see what they have planned. But yeah, let me know in the comment section what your guys' thoughts are. Let me know what you guys thought of the chapter. Let me know your favorite moment below. Leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel by hitting the bell next to my name, Fitz TV, so you guys are notified every time I post a new video. I'm going to get out of here. Stay safe and healthy, y'all. We're going to have tons of new content coming out, so make sure you guys are here for all that. So I'll see you guys later.